Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I have another Sims 4 speed build for you, and I finally got around to making a pastel apartment. I feel like I've tried to do that like several different times, but I just never felt like I was inspired to do it, if that makes sense. But I think it came together and I'm really excited with the way it came out. But I also wanted to mention, well, first of all, I'm back from vacation. I was gone for about a week, which is why I was doing all of that pre-recording, and it was definitely a fun trip. But I am really happy to be back. I haven't actually played in The Sims until like today, for like a week, which I feel like is kind of insane. I feel like I'm always in The Sims and always building, which, you know, I post videos fairly often, so I'm playing The Sims a lot. However, if you did not see my community post on my YouTube channel or my message in my Discord channel, I am now fully monetized on YouTube, which is so incredible, amazing, and mind-blowing, and I couldn't have done it without each and every one of you. And I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you to all of you and all of your wonderful comments. I honestly feel like I have the best community on like all of the platforms all over the place. If you are someone who supports me on YouTube, on Twitch, by watching my videos, commenting, any of those things, I just want you to know that I super appreciate you. And I didn't mean to get really mushy, but I just felt like I really needed to say that because it's so incredible, and it is still so insane that there is 1,600 of you that have subbed to my channel. It's like, I really, like, I can't even explain to you how, like, amazing that is. And also coming with that, I wanted to actually ask you all for your input. So especially now that I am fully monetized and all that good stuff, I've been thinking about maybe possibly streaming on YouTube. And so currently I do stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Tuesday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. The link is down below if you want to come join us. And I've been really back and forth about whether or not I should stream on YouTube, but I would like to know, is that something that you all would be interested in? Would you actually show up if I wanted to stream on YouTube? And also, like, what would you want to see? Like, do you want to see building? Do you want to see gameplay? Like, I don't know, just like let me know. I would super appreciate that. And also, with being monetized, I do have the option of doing like channel memberships. So I was curious if that's something that, you know, you would be interested in doing, if that's something that you actually like use. Do you partake in channel memberships on other channels? So anyways, I'm just curious. I'm new to all of it, but I want your input and your opinion. But after now, like, talking over a chunk of this build, we will actually start talking about the build itself. And not surprisingly, I use a lot of stuff from the high school years expansion pack and the Pastel Pop kit because, shocker, it's a pastel apartment, so I'm going to use that kit a lot. And that original bed I use is from the high school years pack, and I thought it was so cute and lovely. And I actually end up using the matching sofa. I mean, sofa's exaggeration. It's more of a love seat in the other bedroom. So this ends up being a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. And I was back and forth on whether or not I wanted to be like a family home or, you know, what I wanted here. I basically settled on the idea of it maybe being a like roommate home. So there's 2 bedrooms with 2 en-suites, so plenty of room for having like 2 Sims, which you could have up to 4 in this apartment, given that there are 2 like full beds here. So you could have like, you know, 2 Sims per bed, so that's totally up to you. And it is already up on the Sims 4 gallery if you'd like to download it under my ID, Spice and Sprinkles, all one word, all lowercase, and down in the description if you want to see it written out. So be sure to check it out if you want to use it. I was really like, originally I was thinking maybe I would have like a nursery or something like that, but I decided just to kind of go in with the super adorable kind of a roommate idea. But I could definitely see this as like the other bedroom being like a teen bedroom. I think that could definitely be something that would make a whole lot of sense here. And obviously if you want to download it and change it a little bit to like your specifications, like if you decide to actually have a family here and have like a kid here, that kind of thing, then you may want to swap some stuff around. But in this bathroom, I opted to use the really cute corner tub, like the big one. I've said it before, but like I feel like every time I get a chance to use it, I would like to use it. Now in this bathroom, for the 2nd bedroom, I end up actually using a shower tub combo. So in case you have a dog or a toddler or something like that, you can still like bathe them properly and all that good stuff. But I just opted to have the bathroom over in the or the bathtub over in the other bathroom. Oh my goodness. And I actually end up doing things a little bit differently here. I actually make this bathroom a little bit smaller and make this little alcove. And we actually put laundry in here as well. Obviously, if you don't want to play with laundry, you can take that stuff out, but I just thought that was really cute to have for an apartment. And there's actually like a full sitting area in this particular room, which I thought was kind of nice. Even though this is a smaller bedroom, there is just a ton of stuff in here. And we do actually end up including an easel, a computer, and a chess table in this apartment as well. So there are some skill building items, which of course you can swap out depending on what skills you actually want your Sims to, do. But I figured that covers a lot of the bases, and basically I kind of went in with this idea of lots of pastel and lots of clutter. Like that's kind of what I was channeling here especially when I was doing this room. I ended up putting just a bunch of stuff in here, and I end up using that really big, like almost neon looking mirror in the corner. I take out one of those like dresser things. I don't know, like, would you call that a dresser? I honestly have no idea. It's clearly like a wardrobe dresser idea, but I don't know if I've ever really seen one where the bottom is open like that. I don't know. Let me know. Is that something that you have or you've seen before? Because I just feel like I haven't seen it. I thought it was so cute, and it seemed like the clutter actually kind of like locked in underneath it, if that makes sense. So like when I moved one of them, the clutter underneath it moved with it. So that was kind of neat. And I've never noticed that before, and I actually don't know if I've really used that item very often. I think, again, because it's not something like I'm used to seeing, so I have a harder time using the item. But anyways, just adding more clutter everywhere because I just could not help it, and using actually one of the new swatches in that like book, that like small, I'm going to call it a book case, but like that small group of books. And in case you didn't know, that is from Base Game, and it just got updated with a bunch of swatches not that long ago, so I decided to use that. And also, like, how excited are we about the new expansion pack that will be coming out this month? Oh my goodness, I can't talk. See, this is what happens. I don't do a voiceover for a week, and like all of a sudden I just don't even know how to do it anymore. It really felt so weird not doing a voiceover or editing or like actually playing this game for a while. And actually while I was on vacation, I actually ended up hurting my wrist, so like I couldn't even like play games even if I wanted to. So they're actually still healing a little bit, so we'll see like how many speed builds I actually get out, because I am trying to take care of myself and make sure that I don't like make them any worse. I know that sounds so silly, but I think I kind of like pulled the muscles in my wrists, and like that just sounds so like random. Like I don't even know. It was definitely an interesting vacation. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but we actually went to a cabin on a mountain, and y'all, like the first day we were there, we saw bears. There were bears literally right outside the cabin, like walking by the front door, like right by my car, like in the driveway, like literally a mama bear and 2 cubs. And we were like, oh my gosh, I don't want to leave the cabin now. Like, if there's a mama bear and 2 like cubs walking around, like that's the last thing I'd want to run into. But they were so cute and adorable. Oh my gosh. But anyways, it just random, just crazy little tidbit. And then we also like ended up like on the same first day in the cabin, we ended up losing power because of an insane storm that came through. And fun fact, this cabin, when you lose power, you also lose plumbing because you're using a pump from a well, which then doesn't work because there's no electricity. So that was really fun. We were out of plumbing and electricity for, about 5 hours that first day, and then it happened again the next day, and then randomly another day the plumbing didn't work, the electricity didn't go out. It was, we just wanted to be like on this mountain in this cabin and not necessarily like camping per se, but all of a sudden we found ourselves without electricity and plumbing, which also meant we were out without Wi-Fi, and that was kind of interesting because that was really the only way we got service. So it was, it was a good trip. It was an interesting trip, and I will always remember it. But basically that's what I was doing for the past week, and why I was doing so much pre-recording, because we were literally gone for a whole week, which was really nice. And I think, I needed a nice break for a little bit. And it's just so funny that, you know, I ended up getting monetized like basically that week, like while I was gone. So anyways, again, off topic, but I don't know. I just feel like maybe I haven't talked to y'all in so long that I am just like talking a bunch about random stuff, because I feel like I would be updating you on these things. Like if this is, I don't know if you're actually interested in hearing about this, but I'm talking about it anyways. And anyways, back to the build. We end up putting in this like table over here, and on the other side of that little wall I added is where we put a small office space and another bookcase. And honestly, this is a surprisingly large apartment. Like every time I think about this apartment, this is actually 18 Culpepper house in San Myshuno. Every time I think about it, I'm like, oh, it's just, you know, it's just one of the smaller apartments, but it's actually really big. Like there's a ton of room in this place. So actually, I feel that way a lot about apartments. I feel like they're deceptively large, especially with the, of course they are never, they like almost never have the short wall height, which also makes things a little bit complicated. I really wish we could have smaller apartments. You know what I mean? Like when I think of like big city apartments, I'm thinking they're going to be really small. You know what I mean? Like at least for most people that I feel like live in larger cities, you end up in smaller apartments. So I don't know. Maybe it'd be really fun if we could have something like that. And you know, like dream would be that we could actually create our own functioning apartment complexes, but like I don't necessarily see that happening or anything, but I don't know. I like dreaming and thinking about it, because then I could like build something huge and just put a bunch of different lots in it, which on that note, I know that I still have that like huge townhome that I need to finish. Like I have that set of 3 and I've only decorated one of them, and I did it forever ago. So I've not forgotten about it. I promise I will be working on it. It is definitely one of those when I have like inspiration for them, if that makes sense. And I've also like, again, like pre-recording for being on vacation and stuff. It's just been, it's been a bit chaotic to say the least. Like I had some like really randomly late streams over on Twitch and that kind of thing, just like, you know, because I was so busy trying to pre-record, because I definitely didn't want like you all to go without videos while I was gone. So anyways, just adding a bunch of clutter in here, and this has been play tested, so you shouldn't have any issues with like cooking, getting to like the toilets or anything like that. Like you should be good to go. I did not play test the washer and dryer, but I don't foresee you having any kind of issues with it. So I hope that is the case, but everything else has been play tested. And adding in some of those book nook bookcases over there, kind of in that background area. And this definitely was an interesting space to decorate. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I ended up actually using the light pink, like, sectional sofa and making almost like a round sofa, which I thought was kind of cute, and I think kind of mimicked the shape of that, like, bay windowy kind of area. Like, I think it helped really nicely there. And like I said, I ended up adding a chess table and the easel over in the corner, so your Sims have plenty to do. Like I said, your Sims can get to all those things, which I feel like, you know, once I put in this sofa, you might be like, I don't know, but they can get to everything, I promise. And then I actually end up making that middle piece of sofa like a blue color to kind of swap things up, and I used like a light green rug. I definitely struggled in here kind of trying to balance all of the colors that were here. You know what I mean? I didn't want it to be just like all pink, but it was kind of largely what was happening here. So I think adding in the curtains helped a whole lot, and then adding in a little bit more clutter. I do end up putting in the, oh, I forgot, I put in the knitting bag thing, the bag of yarn in here, so your Sims can also do that as well in terms of actually like having another skill to learn. And then I put like some knitting clutter there on that like middle ottoman piece as well. And yeah, I think your Sims should have plenty of stuff to do here, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And as always, I hope you have a really sweet day. Bye, everybody.